Okay, let's say prayers. In the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Bless us, O Lord, and these thy gifts which we are about to receive from the bounty of Christ our Lord. Amen. In the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Dig in. Alright,
Well, I
let's
cooked
see.
it, so.
You cooked it, so you get to have some first.
And I get to have, since I helped, and I'm the oldest.
If you need to add more salt and pepper. And cheese.
Looks really good.
I'm gonna definitely need more pepper.
I put a lot of pepper in there. But then again, it was like double the rest.
So, what is this soup called again?
I don't know if you pronounce it gnocchi.
Gnocchi?
Yeah, it's Italian. It's chicken gnocchi soup. It's like an Olive Garden soup.
Copycat
Yep.
recipe. Okay. I'm ready, 'cause I'm hungry.
All right, so we've been asked to join in a collaboration with Rose and Ryan from Wholesome Roots.
Right?
And it's the good, the bad, and the ugly of homesteading. So, what's the good?
Independent.
Well, this year it's the produce that we grew.
Produce that were grown in the garden.
If we get any.
Eggs.
Well, we've had a lot of peppers, so.
Eggs.
A lot of jalapenos.
A lot of jalapenos. Eggs. We got lots of eggs for
I like the belly
pigs.
rubs.
Over our shoulder. What homestead doesn't have a plethora of eggs?
The new animals, the pigs, the goats are
Yeah.
fun.
I like the
Challenge.
They're really fun.
The animals are always fun.
Yeah, I love them.
And
Planning. Just looking forward to what we're going to do with our property. Our fruit, nut trees, hardwood, softwoods. We're talking about
Buildings.
buildings.
Yeah.
see, I kind of think
Barn.
that kind of falls in two categories for me. Because it's scary not knowing if we're going to plan it correctly or not. Like,
Right.
right now the coop can be moved. You know, it's not anchored into the ground or
That's all.
anything.
Yeah.
But, you know, where we're thinking about the barn, I'm like, I think, oh gosh, what if we make a mistake? What if it's not in a good spot? How are we going to plan the pastures out exactly right? Where are we going to grow grain and stuff like that so we can feed our animals? How are we going to do it all? Part of succeeding is failing a bunch of times, but
Well, we haven't really started any of that. So
but
we
I
have.
mean,
So
we have failed.
We have.
Yes.
We have time to maybe play around with that program, or those programs, and plan.
If we can figure it out.
Yeah, which I know you'll do.
I don't know.
But yeah, we plan. I mean, we haven't built the barn yet, so we haven't made any permanent pastures other than up front. So we still have time to plan. I like one of the things that I like is it's kind of like even though I'm gone a lot working overtime, everybody's pitched in more. Everybody's come together and
Getting up before 12 o'clock.
and put a lot of effort into keeping the whole thing going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, what about the bad?
Waking up before 12.
Cleaning out the goat pen.
Honestly, I think the pig pen is the grossest because it just kind of
Now
like
see, he would rather do the pig pen.
it just seeps into the goat pen, so it's gross.
But they only pee, like
They only pee in
lovely dinner
Still
conversation.
gross though.
But you know they never poop in their pen.
Well, I don't mind.
Where the goats are like everywhere all the time.
You gotta do it.
They lay in.
So, but and I think the worst part, the bad part, is like, I don't know, just I mean, not right now, not having Daddy home all the time because he works so much overtime.
There's not enough time.
There's not enough time.
Yeah.
And I'm like so worried about, you know, when school starts and Joe's back at school and I'm back at work and the, you know, time's gonna shrink even more for us, and that's gonna make, you know, not to mention it'll start getting dark earlier, and then the cold sets in, and the hauling of water, because we've never had this many animals before. Like with chickens, you can, you know, it's been pretty easy. We've done that for a while, but now we have to think about.
We could use that water carrier, and you know what we did for the chicken water? You know how we put that wire stuff? We could just wrap a few of those around the big water. Yeah.
You mean the big one we got from Papa?
To prevent freezing.
Yeah, we have to get a power washer and wash the inside of that out first. That's an idea.
Probably not the best one, though.
We just need to write down everything we need to get done before.
What's your bad?
I don't know. I'd rather be here all the time, other than like going to work. Like I don't like being away from the animals. Especially the goats. They're just so, like, well, and our coonies too. They're just such social animals.
Right.
It's like we don't have enough of them to like keep them preoccupied all day. So again, like with your thing, when we were running out of time to do everything. Yeah.
Okay. Last category, the ugly. And I'm gonna start with whenever there's a death
Yeah.
of one of our animals. Like
Predator.
we've had the predator, you know, like the dog attack or whatever we had,
2 or 3 this year.
and then
A bird.
you know losing our mama hen.
Yeah.
And,
Good mama hen.
And a baby.
And the baby. That's always.
And
It's an ugly truth,
yeah.
and it's like, you know, when, you know, she was just protecting her babies, and she, you know,
Gave it all.
she, you know, even though it wasn't something that was, she wasn't bleeding, she wasn't, you know, it was just a stress.
Yeah.
You know, and shock. But then, you know, earlier this summer when we lost the hens to the predator, whatever that predator was, that was, you know, that was ugly. I mean, we had to deal with, you know, two chickens lost, and
2 more.
And then 2 that were injured, and having to doctor them up, and
No more.
oh my goodness.
Somebody's hungry.
He's a growing boy. And, you know, although those ugly parts, they do help us grow, and they help us learn. Like, I never thought that I didn't think I was gonna save those 2 hens.
But you did.
And I surprised myself
Yeah,
by they're flourishing now. You know, they're, even the one with the limp, she, you know, she's getting around really well. And so, what is the ugly? What was the other ugly you said about?
Dinner?
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't really like, I would say it's like bad and ugly, just putting down like a great animal that we've had. Like Skinner, he was an awesome rooster. He protected the flock really well, but he was just old. He had a limp. He was shaking, and so it's
Yeah.
like we had to put him down.
Yeah.
It was.
And I always hate that because it's like, I worry about the aspect of, you know, I know we've butchered chickens before, but it's something that I've not been able to bring myself to do.
Yeah.
And you know, it always falls to Daddy and then you know, you
Actually,
helped and well,
Both of them, both Kelsey and Joe helped me.
yeah, Kelsey was cutting up the chicken and everything. She's gonna be a good farm her. But that's hard. I mean, you know, you at least have a little bit, you know, from hunting when you were a kid. And
It's still not easy to kill.
no, and it shouldn't be easy, but you have that background, that mentality that, you know, you have to do what has to be done. And I didn't grow up in a hunting family. I didn't grow up in a farming, you know, I didn't grow up in a farming family. And so not having that background, it's something that I struggle with. Like, you know,
That was something-
knowing that someday when we have piglets that we're going to raise for meat,
Mhm.
Oh, that's gonna be horrible.
that's going to be horrible because I know how attached I've gotten to
Send them
Gracie
away.
and George. And so,
Right. Well, you just, I mean, at some point you have to detach yourself,
Yeah.
your feelings, and look at it as, you know, food, putting it on the table to eat. What's our purpose? What's their purpose?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's it.
like I said, everyone that, you know, going through YouTube and what everyone says is, you know where your food is coming from, and you do get attached.
It's
I
hard
mean,
not to
you
do that.
care for them every day. You make sure they have food. You make sure they have water. You know, you give them a scratch and a pat, and you know, help
wonder
them
if
if they get ill. You try and help them get well.
I
And
wonder if it's different, if you see, because you see on some of these pages where they might have 100 or a couple hundred birds, and they might have 50 pigs or, you know, so many goats. I mean, you get that attached to
well,
every
I
one
think
of those
that's
animals?
the difference. You know, I read something that soup was not a good idea. Clink, clink, clink. You guys are noisy. Every homestead is a farm, but not every farm is a homestead.
Yeah.
And, you know, large operations, they're not going to have an attachment to every single animal.
right?
Where, you know, but I also, you know, you think about the Native Americans and how, you know, they honored their food.
Right.
And I think that's what this gets to. It gets to the point where, you know, you honor that animal for what it's giving you, that it's nourishing your body. You nourished its body, and now it's nourishing your body. And
Right,
it's
try
like,
to give it the best life that you can while it's on Earth. And
right.
Yeah.
Give it a quick and painless death. I'm ready for dessert.
I'm ready for thirds.
That's what we did on the
Thirds.
table. Joe, you can
Well, I'm not even done because we've been talking so
Can
much.
I have thirds?
We have to save some for Morgan.
And it would be
So
nice to
we'll
have.
in there.
It
We'll
would be
see.
nice to have leftovers, so
It
we
would be
don't
nice
have
to have
to.
some for lunch tomorrow.
So we don't have to cook tomorrow.
All right, so we're gonna end it here. Thank you for watching Divine Providence Homestead. Thank you, Rose and Ryan, for putting this collaboration together.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And don't forget to like and subscribe and share.